Hello Year 2, welcome back to another spelling video. I just want to start by saying well done to everybody who's been on Spelling Shed. We've been checking and it is wonderful to see so many of you going on to Spelling Shed and practicing those common exception words. I'm going to pop up on the screen now some people who have earned themselves some dojo points for enjoyment.
In 2SH, well done to Franklin, Izzy, Louie and Penny. You have been on Spelling Shed and Math Shed and Quiz Shed. Well done. In 2CH, well done to Anna Maria, Bradley, Dominic and Ruby. Keep up the good work. In 2L, well done to Fergus, Roscoe, Edward and Sienna. You've all earnt yourself a dojo point for enjoyment. And in 2W, well done to Anaya, Freddie, Isabel and Reuben. You have all earned yourself a dojo point for enjoyment. Well done to anybody that's been on Spelling Shed this week. You're all working so hard and we're incredibly proud of you. We'll be checking every day to see who's been going on Spelling Shed. So, don't forget, go on and see if you can earn yourself a dojo point for next time.
So Year 2, I bet you are tired of me saying it now, but can you remind me what our rule is this week? That's right, there isn't really any rule, but we're practicing common exception words. Words that we use quite a lot, but our phonics can't always help us for all of the words. It might help us with some initial sounds, but we have to just unfortunately know how to spell these words. But remember, you can have patterns and mnemonics maybe to help you remember a word. Like I said before, the word they, I remember it as the with a Y, or go, G-O, let's go. N-O spells no. See if you can pause the video now and tell a grown-up one of the ways that you came up with to remember spelling one of our common exception words.
I had to go at writing some of my words down and putting pictures or mnemonics with them to try and remember them. For love, I put a love heart as the V, squished in between that O and E. For was, I remember it as saw backwards. I can sound out saw, so if I wrote that down, I would know how to spell was. And said, I always say small ants in danger. Pause the video now and have a go at writing down the words that you find trickiest. We all remember things differently, so sometimes coming up with your own way of remembering is best. I like to use mnemonics. That's something that uses each letter of the word to remember how to spell it, like small ants in danger for said. Or perhaps you could do orange-nosed elephant for the word one. Have a go. Can't wait to see what you come up with. We're going to have a think about our handwriting before we practice our spellings with our game. Have a look at the letter families to remind yourselves of how we form our letters. Today, we're going to focus on the one-armed robot letters, as I know lots of us find those a little bit tricky. Have a look at some of our spelling words and see if you can notice any one-armed robot letters in them. Today we're going to practice the letter R. We go down, up and round. Down, up and round. Don't forget to give him his little hat at the top. It's not just like a candy cane. Can you practice? Pause the video and have a go at doing a line of R. Notice how all of my R's sit in between the blue lines. First word that I spotted that had a one-armed robot letter in was the word there. It actually has two one-armed robot letters, H and R. When we do one-armed robot letters, we always go down with our pen or pencil first. Remember, it's got T and H in as well, which are ascender letters. They need to be nice and tall. but making sure that our T is not quite as tall as our H. Can you pause the video and have a go? The next word that I spotted in our spelling words was here. Again, it has the H and the R as one-armed robot letters. We always start at the top coming down. The only difference is when we do our H, we have to start a bit taller than when we do our R's. Pause the video and have a go. And finally, the last word that I spotted was your. Y-O-U-R. Your. My Y is a descender, so his tail needs to come all the way down to the bottom red line. And all of my other letters sit in between the blue lines. Pause and have a go. Did you spot any other words that had any of our one-armed robot letters in? It's my favourite time, Year 2. It's time to practice our spellings by playing a game. This game is one of my favourites. It's called Roll and Spell. You're going to need a dice. If you haven't got one, don't worry. You could either make one or you'll need to make some counters with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 on them. Pause the video to get that now. The rules are really simple. If you roll a number 1, you have to write one of your spellings with your eyes closed. If you roll number 2, you have to write a spelling word in capital letters. If you roll number 3, you have to write one of your spelling words in fancy letters, the fanciest writing you've ever done. If you roll a number 4, you have to write with your opposite hand, so the hand that you wouldn't normally do your writing in. If you roll number 5, you have to write one of your spelling words in bubble letters. And if you write a number 6, you have to write it in teeny tiny letters. Pause the video now and have a go. I hope you enjoy it, Year 2.
Thanks for joining me, Year 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to keep going on Spelling Shed. Practice makes perfect. We'll be checking to see how many more dojo points we can give out to those people aspiring to be awesome top spellers. Keep up the good work. See you soon. Bye.